We getting a backroom exclusive, Mr. Bryce Gilmore.
Being able to be aggressive. I didn't even know I was ranked the 4 star. I wanted to be a wide receiver, but
What do you think your biggest strengths on the field are? And what would you say is something that make the defensive linemen lose sleep at night when they got to play big drill?
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
You are now live. Welcome to Gridiron Gains. Welcome all is welcome. We got a special guest. This brother's on time too. I see you there, bro. I see you, B. Give me 1 second. I see you in there. Don't go nowhere. I had to turn on the turn-up music because the young man that I'm getting ready to introduce y'all to, that's all he did last season was turn up. And this season, he's going to be doing the same thing. So, without further ado, there it is. There it is. There you go. What's up, young fella?
nothing much, really, just chilling right now.
I got you, man. I got you. Well, listen, man. Welcome to Gridiron Games, brother. I definitely appreciate you coming on, man. And look, I got to let the people know who we got on here, man. So today we got a special guest, man. He's one of the most dominant young linemen in the game. Powerhouse on the field. Got legacy in his bloodline. Not just the top-ranked offensive tackle at Prosper High School. He's a student of the game, a leader, making a name for himself, already making waves in the world. As an NFL veteran, as a dad, but you know who he is, who Bryce Gilmore is beyond the sport is the most important thing, man. And so we're excited to have you on, man. Welcome to Gridiron Games, brother. Let's jump into it. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. All right, look, man. So you grew up in Prosper, Texas. It's a strong football city, man.
Yes,
Give us some insight about the culture about Prosper and what's your insights on just the culture overall of Prosper, Texas, and football in general.
it's really just all about football down here in Prosper area. You know, everybody loves football around here, and that just shows you the type of athletes we are.
Absolutely. We had a couple of guys come out of Prosper, man, and now you're one of the young ones that's being offered, have offers all over the place, man. And look, here's what we're gonna do because I don't want to kill none of your swag. I don't want you telling nothing that you don't want to tell. So we're gonna keep everything pretty generic. But I wanted to get you on the platform, man, just to get some insight on, on you and the position that you play. I'm very passionate about it. It's something that I did myself for over a decade professionally, and I play collegiately as well. So offensive line, man, that's my thing, man. That's my spot, man. I love it. So let's talk about that, man. What do you love about playing offensive line?
Just being able to be aggressive, you know, without anybody really like demoralizing you or anything. You know, it's just a position I fell in love with. You know, I mean, we all say this. We never wanted to play offensive line growing up. You know, we always wanted to be a skill position, but you learn to fall in love with it and people you meet along.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Well, here's some if some people don't know, your father played in the NFL, man.
Sir.
Talk about what is it like, kind of seeing that example set. I see the smile and bring on your face just talking about it. How was it like as a kid seeing that example set? What was life like as the child to a professional athlete?
Uh, honestly, I'd say it's like I wanted to be a wide receiver, but like I ended up getting too big. So it was like, nah, you ain't gonna be no wide receiver. So dreams got crushed young, and so when I came to Prosper my freshman year, it was like, okay, I was either going to be a defensive end or offensive tackle. So Coach Thompson, my offensive line coach, you know, we just went ahead and made the decision right there. I was the offensive tackle because originally I went there to try to play basketball.
Yep.
But I missed the thing for basketball, and they were like, "Nah, you're a football player. Just come early in the morning." Ever since then, I started playing football.
So man, so you telling me you had two dreams crushed, man, the receiver dream and the hooper. You supposed to be the next LeBron.
Yes, sir. Hey, it just didn't work out well. So,
Well, I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that might say something different, man. Like I said, you're one of the most highly talented and sought after linemen in the collegiate space now, in the high school space.
yes, sir.
Um, Talk to us about that, man, that transition. Like you come in, you know, you're playing, you're learning a position, you're getting good at it, and now all of a sudden, boom, like the world knows your name and everybody's on you. How has that transition been for you?
Uh, Honestly, I've just been taking it all in because like it's only gonna happen once in my life, you know, like just gaining all these colleges' interest and wanting me to go to their school, and then just like actually getting to meet coaches that you think you never, get to know on a personal level too, which means a lot to me because as a kid, grew up watching college ball. I'm like, okay, I grew up watching this coach. I used to like this team when I was younger, so it's just a great experience that I've learned to take all in, and it's truly a blessing.
All right. Well, you mentioned something earlier, man. You talked about wanting to be a receiver. And so now, you know, on Gridiron Games, man, we got to ask the questions that the people want to know. And what they want to know is at this particular time, right now, who's faster, you or your dad?
Me,
There it is.
you
Hands
already know.
down, no question.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, look, we talked about this a little earlier about you, you know, being ranked in 2026. Um, when you first saw that ranking, man, did it do something for you? Were you flexing in the mirror a little bit, or was like, you know, just another day at the office?
You want to know something cool? Is
I
I didn't
do.
even know I was ranked a 4-star for a minute. Like cause me personally, I don't check my social medias that much.
Mhm.
So I just usually, I was like, okay, so my dad just sent me. I was ranked a 4-star on Rivals and 24/7. I was like, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, man.
I just
That's the that's the
I'm moving
thing.
on. But
Listen,
yeah,
that's a testament to your hard work and what other people, you know, think about you, man, and your play. You know what I mean? So, like, heck yeah, man, wear that thing with pride. You know, it doesn't mean that, you know, you walk around like, you know, slapping people with your four fingers, talking about I'm a 4-star. You ain't doing that. You know what I mean? But you letting them know what it is. Like, hey, yeah, I'm one of those ones. And in football, kind of talk about that a little bit. That bravado that you have to have, especially being an offensive lineman. You can't just get out there with a weak mentality. So what are some of the things that you've learned playing the position that your dad, Brian, has been able to give you as it pertains to, you know, what it takes to play this sport, the way it has to be played, especially for your position?
he's taught me a lot about footwork growing up, to be
Mm.
honest. Because I mean, he always used to make me do ladder drills, run sprints with him and stuff. My younger days. So honestly, he always got down footwork with me. When we realized I was going to be playing offensive tackle, we tried to get footwork down as fast as we could. And it's still a game that you have to learn because there's obviously different techniques and stuff. But that's the main thing that he taught me that I need to know going into this is getting my footwork down and get my lower body right to be able to block these dudes off the edge because it's a grown man's game. So
Agreed. And these guys, man, you know, they coming out running 4.4s and 4.5s. I was watching the combine now, man. We got defensive linemen running 4.4s and 4.5s. And
yeah,
then, you know, right next to that, we got offensive linemen coming in 4.8s and 4.9s. So the game is definitely becoming more athletic. Let me ask you this. What do you think your biggest strengths on the field are? And what would you say is something that make the defensive linemen lose sleep at night when they got to play big Bill?
uh, okay. My ability, I say, is how athletic I am because I'm extremely athletic for my size, and me being able to move quick has really helped me adjust to this game. So that's one of my biggest strengths. And honestly, I'm obviously working in the weight room right now, so that's some of my strengths.
Love that. Love that. The footwork, obviously, dad knew about that. You know,
Yes, sir.
getting in the weight room, understanding leverage and angles, things of that nature. Love that. Here's a question for you, man. You visited a lot of different colleges and you're continuing to do that process, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, what was one of the coolest things that you experienced on your trip? You don't have to get the name of the college if you don't want to. Just let the
Uh,
people know what something, you know, because these people might not experience that ever. So they're gonna live it
yes, sir.
vicariously through you.
I say the coolest thing is just connecting with the offensive line. Every
Mm.
single time I go to school, because just being with those guys just shows you, hey, like that's what I want to be in college. I want to be that dude going into college. And honestly, just like how close they are. Like you don't really expect that out of people, especially in this game with NIL and stuff. So seeing how close the offensive line truly is, I mean, that means a lot to you. So that's honestly the best thing that I see going on these trips.
Just the close knitness of offensive linemen. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
think that's something that you'll be able to bring as the leader going and to prosper this last year? Do you think that's something that you're wanting to bring to your offensive line room?
Most definitely. That's something that I'm trying to bring to my offensive line room. We got to be a union, is what I heard the Vanderbilt coach preaching about, because I was sitting in their meetings, right? And he's preaching about like unity, like the offensive line has to be as one, because that's how it grew up playing, so just the history of it and trying to bring that back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, it's true, man. The offensive line is the only position where all five guys got to be on the same page, right? You could have four guys do their job and one dude miss, and it ruins the entire play. It's a lot different than the position you thought you were going to play as a receiver,
Yeah.
or tight ends or running backs, right? Like we all got to be one accord. So that close knitness is something that is needed in order for you to have that success. And I think that's the biggest thing too when you think about it, B. Like, if your offensive line is whack, bro, it doesn't matter how great your skill players are or the quarterback is. You can have Peyton Manning back there, bro. If the offensive line is whack, you already know it's nothing shaking. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, Here's a question for you, man. One of the things. So when I came out of high school, I was a tight end, right? And
Okay.
so I was a number one tight end in the state. I was a number five player in the country, right? Got hurt, switch positions. So I had to eat myself into an offensive lineman.
Dang.
That was probably one of the greatest moments of my life, to be able to eat whatever I want. All the other guys, they had to lose weight or maintain weight,
Yeah.
so eating salads and stuff. Here I am with big Haagen Dazs, ice cream bars, and all types of stuff just to put on weight. So they didn't like that, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
here's my question to you: if you had to build the ultimate pregame meal, what would that look like?
I don't usually eat much during pregame. That's the thing.
Oh,
Like,
what?
I mean, I can't eat. Well, because
Somebody
last
said Bryce
season,
don't eat salads.
bro, you trolling, bro. But I I really don't eat salads. I mean, the only salad I eat is Caesar salad, because that's the fat man salad. But because usually the moms cook for us at
Mm,
Prosper on our game days, so usually you just eat that. Sometimes it's chicken or steak, and then some vegetables, obviously with some fruit and drinks. But if I had to build the best one, it'd probably just be Jimmy John's.
Hey, listen, man. They got some nice subs at Jimmy John's. I'm a Jersey Mike's guy myself, man. I like the Philly cheesesteak. I love cheese. That's my thing, bro. So I'm gonna have to go with that. But shout out to the moms at Prosper. We love what y'all are doing. We don't want y'all to stop, right? So keep bringing the steaks and the chicken, man. Well, look, you as an athlete, man, we all fall through. We've all had some tough times and go through adversity. Can you tell me something? What was the toughest game that you ever played in that you were like, man, if I could do that over again, I'd do it
Uh,
differently?
Either the Coppell or McKinney game,
Mm,
because against McKinney, I'm not like personally, I was used to more speed guys instead of like more power guys that were like bulky too, because he was like 6'4", like 300 something. So he was up there in size, and I wasn't really used to blocking that at the time. So that's something that I got to get better at for the next season for my team.
absolutely. Yeah, no, look, man. When you elevate levels, when you're playing one of those guys, one of those dudes that's built like you're built. It's a great measuring stick to see where you truly are, because at the end of the day, everybody will have their opinion on you, but you, and you know the type of player that you are and where your weaknesses are and strengths are, and where you can continue to get better at. And so I like having those type of games, man, because it allows me to lock back in. Like, you learn more from a loss than you do a win. You learn more from getting your butt kicked than you do from dominating people. So, it's a learning lesson if you tend to look at it like that. And it,
Exactly.
and it, and it actually brings me to my next question for you, Bryce. So look, you know, I have sons. They play sports as well. None of them play football. They're basketball, track guys. Flag football. My second oldest son does. But with that being said, they are the sons of a professional athlete father. Does does being the son of a professional athlete does that motivate you, or sometimes does it feel like that shadow is cast upon you and you're trying to shake yourself out of
Uh,
it?
uh, Thankfully, I've never really felt the shadow, to be honest, because
Awesome.
it was more of my older brother because he was more of a wide receiver build this time,
Hmm.
so he was the first child too, so he really bore all the weight trying to get out the shadow.
Hmm.
So I never felt the shadow because I looked up to him. And honestly, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do those. I'm not gonna do those things when I'm older. So I think that's what's really shaped me is just wanting to be better than my older brother and my dad in general.
I love that. You taking on that mentality of, okay, I see where you guys are. I'm finna go raise the bar on that. I love that, man. That's the only way to be honest. And that's gonna carry you as you continue to go on through your journey. All right, I'm gonna
So
ask something that's a little bit more lighter, man. Look, so when you're not in the field, right, or in the classroom, what's your go-to hobby? And don't say watching film, bro. We come on, we not talking about
I
that.
wasn't
But
gonna say that.
yeah, yeah,
I was just
yeah.
gonna say playing the game really.
What games we playing?
NCAA is
Okay,
what I'd be playing.
all right. Hey, you cold in it, or you just average?
Average.
All
I ain't gonna lie.
right. Hey, at least you truthful, man. I was gonna say, don't nobody just say they average in the game. Everybody is the coldest gamer that ever came out when I asked them that question, man. All right. So what's a random fun fact about you that somebody doesn't know?
Uh, that's hard. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a random fun fact would be about me. I'm like boring because I don't really be going out for real.
Okay. All right. Are you a reader? You like to read?
Nah, not really.
That's not your thing.
I listen to audiobooks here and there though.
All right. What audiobook we listening to?
Let's see here. All right, I have the book, but I forget the name of it. I had to show you. Let me see here. It's
We get we getting a back room exclusive, Gridiron. My man getting ready to put us on. Come on, give us some knowledge.
it's Don't Waste Your Life by John
Ooh.
Piper. That's that's what I've been listening to now.
I have not listened or read that book. Can you give us some insight on it? What you learned from it so far?
It's honestly just how to improve and better my life. Growing up, it's really helped me mature, not be like just going into life blind. Just give you some tips to help out in your life when you're growing up. So
I love,
that's why I love it.
love it. I love that. Can I give you a book? Check
Yes,
out.
sir.
There's a
Yes, sir.
there's a book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil.
Got it.
Check that one out. Check
Yes,
that one out. You that one to show you how the world you're getting ready to go into really works.
yes.
If you really grab the nuggets on that, right? Um, are there any like type of like community initiatives or anything that you've done? Or you want like this?
Uh, Not really, unless you count helping out at powerlifting meets. Really, I've never really had the chance
That's why we
to go
that's why
out.
we ask these questions.
Yeah, to
Powerlifting
go out and
meets.
actually help out the community where I'm at because it's just such a nice place to live. So I really just, I mean, later on in life, I always want to help out the community, but I've just never had the chance to yet.
Got you. What is something that you would like to do? Let's tap into the future a little bit. Let's say we 3 years down the
So
road.
I want to go to a homeless shelter and help
Mm,
out there and just give out food to the homeless. That's something I really want to do growing because you see them all the time, but there's not much you can do in their case. So just helping out and give them food like you see some people do on social media, that makes you want to do it too.
absolutely, man. It's so funny, man. And the good book, I don't know if you read the Bible at all, but the good book says the poor that you will have with you always, right? And so one of the things that it also talks about is servitude, right? Being able to be a servant. And what you come to find out is that when you do those particular type of things, Bryce, it it does something to you internally because you're thankful and you're grateful for the life that you have. Sometimes we can take things for granted, but when you're able to see that other people are not living a particular lifestyle, it humbles you a lot. It grounds you, and it allows you to say to yourself, when I get in a position, kind of like what you're saying, when I get in a position to be able to help people, I'm not going to forget these people. I'm going to do whatever I can. So who knows, man? There might be a foundation that you can start from that.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
So let's move into this type of section. This is a reflection section, and what I want you to do here is I want you to think about, because this is it, man. This is the last year. What type of advice, right, would you give to younger players who want to be where you are?
Don't compare yourself to me. Because I mean, we all have different upbringings. We all have different reasons for going into the sport. And honestly, if you're comparing yourself to others, you're not going to be as good as you could be. Because what you have to do is you have to motivate yourself. And you have to discipline yourself to get up out the bed early, go to workouts. But you can't just go to workouts to work out because your school told you no. You have to do with an intent, because then you'll actually get the work out of it and the benefit. So that'd be my little advice to people.
I love that. I love that. I hope y'all heard that, young fellas. Listen, that's so important. I think a lot of times, man, in today's society, you strike me as a young man that has an old school mentality, right? Lunch pail, go to work, do what I'm supposed to do, and really get after it so that I can see the results that I want to see.
Yes,
A lot of kids don't have that, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, a lot of kids that I've seen, they think that I've done a little bit of work, so where's my big reward? And it's just not how that works, right? To get to where you are, you've had to put in work for a long time, right? And we're still putting in work. So that brings me to this. And let's fast forward maybe 3 to 4 years from now, right? All right, let's say 5 years. 5 years from now, I like the number 5. Where do you see yourself? What do you see like dominating the college ranks? Are we, in the NFL, or are you looking at doing something entirely different? Are you switching the game up on people?
My mindset, that's what I'm gonna be in the NFL, get drafted, graduate a little bit early in college, since I'm going to be graduating early in high school, obviously.
Nice.
Get my credits done, finish my degree and everything. And I see myself dominating in the NFL and working to get that tackle position.
I love it. Where does that drive come from?
It just comes from me wanting to make it on my own, because a lot of people say, oh, you have the dad who's in the NFL and stuff. I'm like, okay, now I want to be like a Hall of Famer now. I want to be a Hall of Fame offensive tackle now. My dad only made it to the NFL, but he didn't have the dream of becoming a Hall of Famer. So that's where my drive comes from.
I love it. I love it. Hey, man, that's, there's an old proverbial saying that says that there's only one man that's going to want you to do better than him, and that's your father. And I can promise you that when he sees this, he's going to be excited and happy about what you're saying, because that's exactly what we want from our sons. We want them to be the better version of us and to go farther than we could ever go. So there's no doubt in my mind, man, that you definitely gonna make it there. And if you put the work in like you're saying you're gonna do, and you stay healthy, listen, man, we ain't gonna say the sky's the limit when we know there's stars, right? We know that there's other planets out there. So keep grinding and keep pushing.
Yes,
Here's what I ask you. If you had to describe your playing style, we're gonna have a little fun with this. If you had to describe your playing style, but you had to use a movie character, who would it be and why?
You're asking the wrong guy this question.
You don't watch movies?
No. I'm telling you, I'm actually the most bland person you'll ever meet.
Yeah? Okay, what's the last movie you watched? Let's do that.
Like a Black History movie, because my mom made me watch it downstairs. Yeah, it was about 3 months.
Shout out to Mom for getting that education in, man. That's important. Yeah. All right, I want to jump into some of these comments, man. These things are pretty interesting. So Jack Mills says, Connor, come get him to Lubbock. Connor Cardi says, so inspiring.
All right. Yeah. Get healthy, Connor. Hurry up.
Yeah. I Heart BK says it calls you Tyler the Creator. I guess you know what that one means. Yeah. Pop out at 1 a.m. Listen, man, you got people that's interacting with you. OMG, Bryce Gilmore, you're him. Listen, man, they coming for you, man. All right. Yeah. Well, look, man, we got to know this before we wrap up. This is gonna be one of the last questions I ask you, man. And I heard you, I heard you talk about being bland, but listen, on the football field, we got two different personalities. Usually who we are on the field is not who we are in real life. So on the field, the people want to know this, Bryce. Are you a trash talker?
I'm getting into it currently.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got to keep it PG because we're gonna have kids watching. But what's one of the craziest things that you've said on the field?
You want me to tell you what I said to a ref after somebody was trash talking to me during the game?
Absolutely. Let it fly.
All right. So here's the story. He was like, all right, so he's talking about my mama, talking about how fat she was probably or whatever. So like I had told the ref that my mama was dead, so he could stop talking about her because I knew I couldn't get a personal foul and I knew I didn't want to keep on hearing it. So I had told the ref that, and the ref actually asked my coaches, and they went with it because they kind of knew my case or whatever. But yeah, no, I'm not. No, I'm
Yo,
not.
okay.
It was
All right.
quite
Well, mom's alive
a
and
game
well,
party.
right? I said mom's alive and well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Good. All praises, man. I didn't know how to take that one.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. That is wild. You listen. You have more than matched and met the answer that I would have thought. That I didn't see that one coming from a mile away. So there you have it. If you don't want to get a personal foul, but you want the next person to stop talking about your mom, tell her she's no longer on this on this plane. It's coming from Bryce Gilmore. Hey, look, man. I definitely okay. Has the schedule come out for Prosper yet?
I don't believe so. I don't think well, it's the same schedule as last year, but they flipped from away to home.
Got it. All right. When is the first game?
Against Westlake.
Got it. All right, cool. Well, look, wherever that is, I want to make sure that I'm there, man. Definitely want to stay in touch with you so I can come check you out and see you do your thing. Brother, I appreciate your time on Gridiron Gains, man. I know last time we tried to get this going. Well, before I let you go, how did that SAT stuff go? How did the SAT prep go?
It went good. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, that's important, man. You got to get the grades. And I appreciate you jumping on, Bryce. Man, we definitely gonna stay in touch. I wish you all the best, and shoot, man, keep doing what you're doing because obviously the people see you in this working, man. Appreciate you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Thank you.
All right, absolutely. All right, well, hey, Gridiron Gains, man, that was the young fella, Mr. Bryce Gilmore, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Phenomenal young man. And look, at the end of the day, you heard what he said. Like, you don't have to be him, right? Basically, what he was letting you know is be yourself, right? Because everybody else is taken. So be yourself. So with that being said, as I sign off, I'll always tell you guys that your sport is not who you are. It's what you do. And when you align with the divine, everything will be fine in its proper time. So with that being said, young lions run well. It's your man, Tony the Tycoon. We out. Thank y'all for